What's up, sitters? This is Bradford Douglas along with Joey Edge
Sitters, what's good?
and Shayne Edge
What's going on?
with producer Rolf, and we are front porch sitting. And as you can see, Chris Martinez is not with us because he is busy welcoming his newest child into the world. Welcome, Zane, from the front porch sitting.
That's right. Welcome to Earth, Zane. Nice to have you here, buddy. Can't wait to meet you.
I sure am proud for Chris and Kelsey. They it's a wonderful thing. I love when they bring these kids into the world.
Absolutely.
And you can be an uncle, right?
I'm Uncle Shayne again.
That's right. Big fan of that. Congratulations, Chris. Congratulations, Kelsey. Kelsey was a trooper, I heard. So super excited to have everybody doing well and healthy and like I said, can't wait to meet Zane.
She's
Hopefully
the head of
tomorrow.
the household anyway.
Oh yeah, she's definitely the head of the household. There's no question about
She's
that.
the strength. She's the rock.
Chris, your flag is not here because you're not here. So sorry, buddy. It's here. It's just on the couch, folded up where it should be.
Yeah, I couldn't have that behind me, so I asked him to take it down.
No. A Swifty episode. That is correct, Clayton.
Swifty in the house.
That'd be a great name for the show.
A Swifty
Yes, I love
episode.
it.
Nice job, Brad. Good job.
right.
Way to be paying attention.
I know a guy that can make that happen.
Thank you.
There we go. Brad, what we got tonight?
Well, we are going to talk about the playoffs because they are going on in the NFL. There's been some really good football. Unfortunately, the Jaguars, their run is over, but I think it's a very successful season for them. We're going to touch on the Eagles. We're going to touch on everyone that's left, everyone that lost, and what's going on. We're going to congratulate the back-to-back pickleball champions, Shayne Edge and Brock Edge.
That's right. Don't forget that. Back to back. It was a great tournament. We actually got our eyes beat out the first game of the tournament.
Ooh.
And when I say got our eyes beat out, it was bad. We went down 6-0, and they beat us, I think, 11-3.
Hey, yeah. Jessie, the girl that works up front, she said, "Hey, Dad."
Hey, there we go. I love it.
That's hilarious.
And then we are also going to talk a little bit about the Baseball Hall of Fame. I heard you guys talking about that earlier. I don't have much to add, but we'll talk about that.
We will discuss that for sure.
But before we get into any of that, we're going to talk about JW Weaponry. They are the premier gun store in the South, and they are always loaded. And John has the best deals around. Go see him. Mention the front porch and get your 5% off. Joey, give him the number.
Number's 386-243-8587 is the number to JW Weaponry. Like Brad said, go see them. Best prices around the area, I promise. And then also, they're just good people to deal with. So definitely go see those guys.
I don't think I've ever called John and him not produce.
100%.
Always. He always does.
Always going to
Hey,
produce.
man, what can I do for you? How can I help?
Yep.
Always does a great job. Appreciate you, John.
Great guy. And while I got you here, don't forget to like, subscribe, retweet. Y'all are what keeps the show going. We're on big episode 200.
The big 200.
Can you believe we've done this for 200 times, Joey?
No, I actually cannot.
I'm so glad we have your brother here to welcome this in with us.
Well, you guys do a great job. I'm telling you, every Thursday I look forward to it. I'm a little bit older, so I don't get to watch it all the time live. But, I do love listening to the show on Thursdays going to work.
Yes. I love when you hop in the chat, Shayne.
Well, I usually cause some trouble.
That's what I love about it. But the NFL, so the Jaguars lost. Played a really good game against the Chiefs. And that was actually one, they were in it till the very end. They dug a little bit of hole at the beginning, and Trevor Lawrence, once again, I thought played pretty well.
I thought he played pretty good. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be what everybody thought it was going to be, especially with a coach like Doug Peterson. The thing is, you had Urban Meyer there for a while, and he was just ridiculously bad, which I think he's a piece of trash anyway. But
As a human, yes.
As a human.
100%, yeah.
Obviously he can't coach in the NFL. So,
Well, you're not
but
wrong
Doug
there either.
Peterson did a great job. He got everything where they were supposed to be. They got a couple of receivers. What do you think, Joey, that they need to do to move past this point?
Got to get some O-line help. I think they got to protect Trevor. They got to get. They probably got to bring in another back to spell ETN. I think. I thought JaMychal Hasty played well,
I
but
thought he did pretty good.
let's be honest, he's not that guy.
I don't think so.
He's a good third back.
I'm a guy that if you get ETN the ball 22 times a game, I think they're going to win. Period.
Yeah, I agree
He's
with
that
that.
good.
I agree 100% with that. But it's hard to do that in today's game.
Well, it is because they wear down and they get
And there's
hurt.
there's 18 games or 17 games instead of 16 now.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
As
extra
Tyler
week.
just mumbled under his breath for 2 years, they're good at that.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of secondary help. I think they struggle a touch on the back end, especially at safety. I think their corners are young enough and good enough to where they can compete for a little while. But I think they need to get a couple of depth pieces at safety and see what happens
You
from there.
think what pick do they have in the draft?
Now you should have asked me that.
Yeah, I
whenever
know,
we
a
were
little
off air
earlier,
and
but
not on air.
what are they going to get in the draft first, though? You think O-line? I think they got to go O-line.
I think they're in a position where they can go best player available. I don't think it matters where they go at this point. I don't think they go receiver, obviously, because they have Calvin Ridley coming in. They have Kirk. They have.
They're going to have weapons.
They're going to have weapons.
Listen, Christian Kirk, I don't think he's the number one, but I think Calvin Ridley is.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Christian Kirk is a valuable guy because he can play a lot of different roles.
Right.
And I think Peterson's good enough to where he can move him around and have him play a lot of different roles.
And then that's part of being the coach he is. I'm telling you, he's
Yeah,
going to get them where they're supposed to be.
Well, he won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles at quarterback, so he can't be too bad.
No, that's true.
I mean,
that's true.
So-
but we'll have to say Carson Wentz got him to that Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. He was an MVP candidate before
Before he got hurt.
all that. Yeah.
Yep.
Priority one is probably to re-sign Evan Ingram. He had a really good year.
He did. He only signed a 1-year deal, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they can afford him.
They
But
have-
you
they
can
have-
afford
they-
him because
they have more money than anybody in the
that's
league right
true.
now. So
I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
because and see, we'll talk about this later. But you have to have a quarterback on a rookie contract to do anything.
Yeah.
Have to. That's the only time you're going to win because you can afford to pay defensive players, offensive line, and then you'll have good backs and good receivers. But
3 out of the 4 left are rookie contracts, right? The other one is Patrick Mahomes.
I believe so, yeah.
Who's making $78 million.
and I told you this: in 2 years, the Chiefs will be irrelevant.
Yeah, I don't know that I agree with that still. I see where everybody's coming from when they say that. I'm not 100% sure I agree with that. I think the loss of Kelsey in 2 years because he's 36 years old, so he's got to decline eventually, right?
That'll
Like,
be
that
a major.
has to happen.
That'll be a major part.
That'll
of
be
it,
a huge hit to him, or to them. But
look at any team.
Listen, Patrick
that has
Mahomes is different.
He is. He's different. But look at any team that has $100 and $200 million contract on a quarterback. Tell me how good they are in the next 4 years.
I mean, Matt Stafford just won a Super Bowl last year.
Point of emphasis is the Atlanta Falcons. They signed Matt Ryan to a $150
Yeah, but
million
Matt Ryan was
contract.
bad though.
But still, they signed him to that contract, and now they can't pay anybody.
Yeah, but Matt Ryan was bad. Like,
I agree, but
if
he
you
was
pay
not
good
bad.
quarterbacks, if you
he
pay good
just made
quarterbacks
the
that-
Super Bowl.
yeah, they made it to the Super Bowl because of who?
Mike Shanahan.
Kyle. But yes,
Kyle.
100% Kyle Shanahan.
That's true. Yeah.
Matt Ryan was pretty okay, and then got Shanahan, was really good, and then Shanahan left, and he was really pretty good, or really pretty
We'll
okay
talk
again.
about Baseball Hall
So-
of Fame in a minute, but Matt Ryan will be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
Producer Rolf provided us with the information about the Jags. They had the 24th pick in the first round. Joey, any interesting people you might think might be in their range? Not off the top of your head.
No, if they want to, no.
I think you got to go defense. Some kind of defensive lineman at that point, or a secondary guy. You got to go defense because offensive
that's-
linemen
yeah.
at that point they'll all be gone.
I was going to say, I think that's a good spot to take, the second best safety in the draft or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
So
I agree.
I would be okay with that.
Okay. Clayton wants to know if there's any
Yes.
stock in the rumors to D-Hop the Jacks.
Yes, I do believe that. I think
say what do
DeAndre
you
Hopkins will be in Jacksonville next year.
Oh, if he's in Jacksonville next year, then they're going to be really, really good. But I
Yeah.
think they got to get rid of. I know they're not going to get rid of Kirk, but they got to get rid of Zay Jones or somebody.
Yeah, well, I think Zay Jones' contract's up, but I think they actually re-sign him. I think they'll have Zay. I think Marvin's gone. Marvin Jones is gone. So
Yeah.
Zay, Kirk, Ridley, and D-Hop is the 4 receivers.
Well, if they have D-Hop, then they'll walk to the playoffs. I don't think there's any
100%
question.
agree.
Because even if Trevor
100%.
Lawrence is going to get a lot better than what he was, I mean, just throwing him the ball, he catches everything, and he makes everybody around him better.
Oh, absolutely.
you
Even on the backside of his career, he's not in his prime anymore. But even on the backside of his career, he's
I agree with that. He's
Yeah.
30 years old, but you double team D-Hop every time, and then you got to do something with Christian Kirk, and then what about Calvin Ridley? I mean,
weapons.
it's going to be tough.
We love weapons.
They're going to be good. I didn't realize it was going to be like this, but they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, big fan. Big fan
Yeah.
of what the Jaguars are doing right now.
Yeah. Still not a fan of the Jaguars, but
No, I'm not. But do you want them to win though? If they're in the playoffs,
I do.
Same.
I do.
I don't. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan, but I
Yeah.
do. I want them to be successful. I have to be honest.
Duval.
I like the Duval chant. People don't like that.
I don't know why.
Is that not?
That's one of the best ones ever.
I know. I've seen something on Twitter. It was like, that's such a stupid chant. Somebody said, go to 45th and Moncrief and say that.
Bet you won't.
You wouldn't make it out.
No.
I think this next topic will be a good topic for me and Shayne to discuss because I know how much he loves Daniel Jones. So are the Giants bad or are the Eagles really good?
I think a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think the Giants had their worst game in a while. I think Daniel Jones is still really good. I know Joey does not, but look, you sent me a text while we were snowboarding, but Look at the Eagles' defensive
I did, and
back.
you didn't respond.
No, I didn't. I was too tired. I was worn out. Oh, my goodness. Listen,
Hey, wait. Pause all this. How was snowboarding?
listen, we had a ball. I'm telling you, the flights out there were no delays. And it's perfect. We get out there. It snowed probably 2 inches the first day on Friday. It was the greatest thing ever. You get in that powder, and it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Brock and I don't go in the runs. You can forget going to a run.
You're off-roading.
I told Brock, I said, listen, let's kind of ease back into it before we do anything different. Let's go down the runs. The very first run, we get off the lift, that joker goes straight to the trees. I said, Brock, you're killing me, bud. First of all, I got to see if my ankle's going to hold up.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to hold up.
Yeah, because you haven't done anything
No,
with it at that point,
but
right?
off
the
I'm in the
lift
boot.
and in.
That joker goes straight to the trees, but I'm telling you, the weather was beautiful. It snowed a little bit Saturday, and then on Sunday it snowed early morning, and then it got as clear as it was so clear. The sun was out, and we could see everything. It was great. Brian Dix, we had a great time with Brian. Brian went with us. The second day, first run. I don't know what Brian's thinking, but we're going down the mountain, and I see a guy go by me going about 40 miles an hour. Now, Brian skis, okay? Brock and I snowboard. But Brian goes by me, and I'm like, look at that idiot. And then I said, oh, God, that's Brian. Well, about 20 more yards, he hits the dirt, or he hits the snow, and I'm telling you, I saw stuff flying that I've never seen before, and snow was all over the place. I couldn't see him for about 15 seconds because there was so much snow around. And I get down there to him, and I'm trying to stop. By the time I got to the ski, a snow patrol, 3 of them, they came, they swarmed. They said, hey, are you okay? And Brian said, I think so. He was not. He cracked his helmet. They told him, they said, hey, man, you probably need to go in the warming hut for about 25, 30 minutes because that was a pretty good one. But anyway, besides all that, we had a great time snowboarding. I wish some of the people in the chat, I wish you guys would go with us next year because it's so much fun.
Yeah. So was he concussed?
He and I both had a little bit of Joey in us.
So at church, like an hour and a half ago, I saw Brian, and he made a joke to me about having CTE for a second.
He's not lying.
And I thought he was joking.
No.
And now I've got the story to back it up, and now I see.
Tyler, listen, I'm telling you, 15 seconds of not being able to see, and I'm 20 yards behind him. That snow was everywhere. So, but like I said, he did it. He cracked his helmet. They were picking up pieces of the helmet. I stopped to pick up the ski patrol guys come in. Hey, it was really nice of you to stop and try to help this guy out. I said, well, I'm with him, so I kind of got stopped. Cindy asked me, why didn't I take a picture? I said, you can't take a picture. The guy's almost dead over there. I'm going to make sure he's okay. Now, Jason Odom did that to me the first time I went snowboarding.
Yeah.
I'm in the trees laying down. I got pine needles all over me where I hit the trees. And Jason says, oh, I saw that, taking pictures. I was, oh, good Lord. But back to that. We had a great time. We're looking for people to go with us next year. People in the chat, you're more than welcome to go. I'll set everything up. We'll have a good time.
Great. So
I like it.
Back to the Eagles.
Back to the Eagles, yeah.
Back to the Eagles, right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, sorry. I derailed that.
Joey.
Yeah.
Now, you tell me, are the Eagles secondary one of the best secondary teams in the NFL?
Yeah, the Eagles defense is really good.
Okay, so if Daniel Jones had a bad game, there's a reason for it, right?
Right, but that's also the only good defense he's played in 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Well, but he's done pretty good all year.
Against bad teams.
Well, against good or bad, he's done pretty good.
Not really against good.
I still say he's a top 12 quarterback.
I think Brian DeBall helps him a lot.
Immensely.
I think he helps him a lot.
Do you think that hurt Buffalo? Didn't he come from Buffalo?
I do. Yes, he did come from Buffalo.
Was he offensive coordinator at Buffalo?
He was.
Okay.
But they still had a really good year offensively.
They still did, but
when it came to the crunch
playoff,
time,
right?
Yeah, it was a struggle.
And I wish I could have saw that game. We didn't get to see it because we were snowboarding, but I didn't.
It actually wasn't a good game.
It was terrible. It was actually
everybody
it
said
was an
that
absolute
Cincinnati
beatdown.
just destroyed them.
Beat them bad.
The score wasn't indicative of how the game.
No, it
was.
wasn't.
So
Cincinnati beat them way worse than 2017.
We were Bengals fans at my house, and it was kind of
Shout out
stupid.
Michelle.
Shout out Michelle. Yeah, I mean,
Well, she's a smart one. She knows everything.
Yeah.
hey,
If she's going for the Bengals, she's doing pretty good.
She's figured it out.
Yeah.
Other than Tyler. I'm just kidding, buddy. No, I think the Eagles are really, really good. I think that
Who'd have thought Jalen Hurts would have been like the answer over there?
I
Not
can't
me.
say that I did.
Not me.
Yeah,
gotta
I've
tell
always
you.
liked Jalen Hurts.
Same.
I thought he was a really good human being and a decent quarterback.
Decent.
I agree with both of you on that. But I'm telling you right now, this is, hot take, whatever you want to call it. I think it's going to be like Lamar Jackson when he got into the playoffs the first time. San Francisco has got a defense that
I agree.
is so good. I'm real curious to see what happens. I can see both sides of it, but I think they're going to come up with something to shut him down. But how do you shut down A.J. Brown?
I was just about to say.
The Slim Reaper.
Yeah.
Devontae
Smith.
Dallas I love that nickname.
I do too.
Dallas Goedert. And then you got Miles Sanders, who's okay. Yeah. He's not bad at running back. But
yeah, they're pretty deep in the backfield, too. Boston Scott runs a little bit. Kenneth Gainwell runs a little bit.
They're good.
I don't think that Hurts I don't think Hurts hurts them in any way. Like, even if they have a scheme to shut him down, I think that he's good enough to get the ball to his playmakers. That
if he was fully healthy, I think they win the game. But I don't know if he's fully healthy. I really don't. What's the spread on that?
I think it's like 2.5.
2.5? Yeah. I think it's so hard to go into Philadelphia and win also with that. Their team is just good.
Yeah.
But it's going to be tough.
Okay, so you're thinking Philadelphia takes the win, both of you?
No. I think San Francisco is going to win.
All right, San Francisco,
I really
Joey?
do. But I don't know how the rookie quarterback Purdy comes into Philadelphia and wins. Now, they have the skill players, of course. They got McCaffrey and Debo and Ayuk and the other running back is pretty good for San Francisco.
Elijah Mitchell.
I just don't know how a rookie quarterback goes into there and wins. I think it's going to be like Baltimore back in the day. Defensively, they win the game.
Yeah, I'm so torn on both of these two games actually, but I'm torn because I think the San Francisco defense is really good, and I think Kyle Shanahan's the best coach in football, and I don't think it's particularly close. So
we talked about it off air.
Right.
I think you're right, and that's not good when you and I both agree.
No, you're right.
But Shanahan took a fairly decent Atlanta Falcon team to the Super Bowl and lost. That some people say that's on him, some people not.
Sure,
whatever,
it was, maybe.
But I'm telling you,
he was the offensive coordinator. He wasn't the head coach.
Yeah, but that man can coach.
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm still torn. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Eagles because of the home field advantage. But I'm as confident in that as something that I'm not confident in.
Yeah.
Most of my wagers for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm that confident.
Clayton says that if their O-line can give Hurts any time to throw the ball, he'll air it out, and he thinks the 49ers secondary is suspect.
I agree with that. The problem is Joey Bosa's on one side, Charles Omenihu, who beats his girlfriend's on the other side. He does. Sorry, Eric Armstead's in there. Like they got dudes
I'll
on the
say
D-line.
this: I watched the linebacker play for San Francisco, and I don't remember their names, but my goodness, those boys are good.
Is Fred Warner still there?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, 54. I think it was. He is so good.
Yeah.
I mean, and that game against Dallas. We'll talk about Dallas in a second too, but that game against Dallas was about as physical a football game as I've watched in a while.
Yeah.
That was just a good, solid football game.
I agree with that.
Before we get to Dallas, I'll say Chris also thinks Eagles, and I'm also taking the Eagles for that. Tyler, do you have a pick there?
No,
Man,
I would
Chris
say
said book it.
Far away. If I had to pick, I'll go 49ers.
Okay.
Hey, Mason Gray in the chat.
Hey,
What up, Mason?
Mason, how we doing?
Let's go to 49ers Cowboys real quick.
Yes.
Because Dak Prescott's getting a lot of heat.
Is it deserved?
You know, I've been a big Dak supporter for a long time.
Yes, you have.
I've talked good about Dak for a long time.
I can't wait to hear
Before we
this.
get into this, can we just say what a boring game that was?
We can.
That was the most boring game of the weekend.
It depends.
If you like watching the trenches, it wasn't boring.
I don't think it was very boring at all.
I was bored with it the entire time I watched it.
Listen, just because they're not throwing the ball all over the field, Bradford.
I don't even throw it all over the field. It just felt like a boring game. It was just so slow paced and
It was slow paced because it's a playoff type environment, and they slow everything down. They don't want to make the big mistake. But who made the big mistake twice?
Dak Prescott.
Dak.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm kind of off the Dak Prescott train.
You should be, because if they had what was the other kid that started? What was his name?
Cooper Rush.
If they had Cooper Rush playing, they probably win the game.
But it's so when they have two different playbooks.
Actually, well, I'm sorry.
And I don't understand why. Why does Cooper Rush get the dumbed down version of the playbook and Dak's asked to do everything under the sun?
Because he's supposed to be able to do that. He's a veteran. He's making $150 million.
That's cool. But as coaches, aren't you supposed to win?
You're
Isn't that
supposed
your
to
job?
win. I agree 100%.
Okay, then win the freaking football game.
I also will
Dumb
say,
it down. Whatever. I don't know. But
with
something
Pollard
different.
getting hurt, I'm telling you that was the key point of the game. They were going to win the game. I think Dallas was going to win the game until Pollard got hurt. Because they were up 3-0, 6-0, whatever it was.
They got to get rid of Zeke. Zeke's terrible.
They can't get rid of him. He's making $100 million.
He just said he wanted to take a pay cut, but whatever.
He wants to take a pay cut. You know why? Because he's going to get cut.
Yeah.
So
All right, let's go to what was the next game?
the Chiefs. No, I'm sorry. Buffalo
hey-
and Cincinnati.
Yes, Buffalo, Cincinnati. So I asked the question. Maybe I didn't ask the question in our group. I meant to. Did Joe Burrow pass Josh Allen this weekend as the elite tier?
Bradford.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
I was reading
Yes.
the comments. Chris was asking Coach Shayne. He said Coach Shayne does have a nice ring to it. So,
You're dang right it does.
so
Listen, I've been a coach before. I don't know if you know that or not. But
Hey,
I did
hey,
that.
and you will be again, big dog.
You're dang
And
right.
you will be again.
sorry, I was completely reading. I was so into that. If you're asking about Joe Burrow, yes, I think he is elite. I think he is better. Like I was telling Chris, I think Josh, what's his last name? I'm sorry.
Allen.
Josh Allen?
Josh Allen. It left me for a second. I think he's a tier 2 quarterback. He played awful. I don't think he's that. I think he's good. I just don't think he's on that top tier.
I'm cool with tier 2, but he's the only one in tier 2.
you
That's
say
fine.
you say Burrow is tier 2?
No. Josh Allen. I'm cool with Josh Allen being in tier 2, but he's the only one in it.
Who's in tier 1?
Mahomes and Burrow.
Just those two?
Just those two.
Yeah, same for me.
Is Mahomes, Burrow, and then there's a little drop, not a big drop to me, a very, very, very tiny drop to Allen, and then there's a really, really, really big drop to whoever's next.
The thing is, you can't argue that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's good. He's really good.
I saw so many comps over the week comparing Burrow to Peyton Manning. They remind me a lot of each other. I think Peyton probably a little smarter at the line, but
Burrow a
both-
little more athletic,
Yeah,
a little more cocky.
but both a lot more cocky.
Yeah.
Both of them very accurate passers, not like the greatest of arm strengths, but because of the accuracy, pushes them above everybody else.
Yeah.
Which is where, coincidentally, where Josh Allen takes a step back.
Yeah.
You know, they're kind of like opposites.
No,
Josh Allen uses his athletic ability a lot more than
Yeah.
Joe Burrow. I mean, because
Right.
he is more athletic and he's a lot bigger.
And I don't know if
and
Burrow
he's
has
not
to
as
either.
and he's not as good of a thrower. Yeah.
No, I agree with everything. That
So
Joe said.
I in my opinion,
I think those three, yes, and then you have a little bit more of a drop, and then you got Philadelphia's quarterback
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen
I think
Hurts,
Trevor belongs there too.
Trevor, and then I still think Herbert.
Yeah.
But Lamar's not even close to being a quarterback.
Stop
Jerry
it.
hates Herbert.
stop it.
Listen, he's terrible. He's not good.
Lamar
I'm
Lamar
telling you
versus
this.
the world.
Okay, I'm telling you this right now.
Go back and listen to
if
it.
they sign Lamar, if Baltimore signs Lamar, they probably won't make the playoffs again. He's not a good player. I'm sorry. He's not a good quarterback.
It's so
Very
funny.
good
It's
player.
so funny because I remember not long ago, it was like, I don't know, probably 16 weeks ago. Shayne was watching a Baltimore game and he's like, man, this guy, he's actually pretty good after all.
He's not. He's not. He was the first 4 weeks because I had him as my I had him as my quarterback, and he's just not very good.
The
He's
Raiders
just
made the
not.
playoffs with Tyler Huntley. They'll make the playoffs with Lamar.
Oh, yeah. Because Lamar's a touch
Oh,
better than
everybody
Tyler
said,
Huntley.
"Oh, they'll win the game if they had Lamar." Tyler Huntley played a lot better than Lamar.
Stop it.
saying.
You don't even believe that. You
I
don't
do
believe
believe
that.
that.
You don't believe that.
Just saying.
Thoughts on Diggs' frustration with Allen? Diggs is a competitor. That's all.
I love it.
The end.
Everybody can say whatever they want. I promise you, when I get beat, matter of fact, this morning we got beat. This morning playing pickleball. Me and Brock had a little issue. We had a problem.
Right.
Okay. We kind of argued about it and got upset.
Yeah, because that's when you're a competitor, you're going to get mad at whoever.
I have
whatever.
no issue with,
I don't either.
with him. And
Nope.
not whatsoever. Anybody that does has never played a down of football or any kind of sport.
or a team sport. No, Diggs is a diva now. Don't get me wrong, but most receivers are. He's also a competitor.
He's
He
got to
wants
get the
win.
ball though. If Buffalo wants to win, you got to get him
100.
the ball.
Yeah,
He's the yeah.
I hit it. Thank you. Woo, boy,
There we
I'm
go. He
glad.
dropped his phone again.
So
He'll
every
drop it one more time.
I will
All right,
at
so
least one.
getting to Cincinnati and the Chiefs. Who's going to win that game? How healthy is Patrick Mahomes?
So I didn't think Patrick looked too bad in the second half last week, and
I
of
didn't
course, he I'm sure he got some of that good in him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
he did.
They brought all the Toradol out for that guy.
They got him with that good.
They got the reserves. They pulled the reserves out and everything.
Yeah. But I think he participated fully in practice today. If he's healthy, I know he's never beaten Joe Burrow. I know you're going to say it. He's never beaten Joe Burrow head to head in a game. That's fine. Give me the Chiefs this weekend.
Okay.
It's in Kansas City.
Right.
That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah.
Both teams are very good. Don't get me wrong.
No, I agree.
I'm really
The game was in Buffalo.
no. I understand that. And what's crazy to me is I really don't understand how Cincinnati did that well with 3 offensive starting linemen out. That's what's
maybe the backups were better because and I think the snow helps with that too.
I agree. I agree with that.
I thought the snow and all that favored Buffalo until the game started, and I started watching a little bit of the rhythm and all that, and I was like, this don't help Buffalo at all.
I did too. I told Michelle, I was like, this snow bothers me a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about this snow.
And then you watched about 5 plays, and you were like, oh wait,
Never mind.
yeah.
Burrow coming out like 9 for 9.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like the first game with the DeMar Hamlin game, the Bengals were torching them then too.
Well,
Yeah.
they went right down the field and scored.
Right.
I mean,
And
what?
then they allowed a field goal, and then they were starting to drive right down the field again.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying, the offensive line eventually is going to catch up to him, and I don't know if it's this week because the Chiefs has what's the boy's name? 55.
Is it
Chris, what's his name?
Chris Jones is 95.
Chris Jones, 95.
Yeah.
95.
I knew it was
Listen, he's tough. He's really, really tough. I just don't see how they go into Kansas City and win the game. I really don't.
Brad.
Give me Cincinnati. They're going back to the Super Bowl.
Ooh, are they winning this? No, we'll talk about it. Never mind. Don't
Yeah,
ask.
we'll get
Don't
there.
ask. Don't ask.
You already know my answer. The question I'm going to have is if he beats Patrick Mahomes again.
Does he elevate? Is he the best in the league?
Because that would be.
It would be hard to say. Yeah, it'd be 4-0 because he's 3-0 now.
It'd be hard to say not.
It'd be hard to say, but it's also. I mean, it's easy to be a prisoner of the moment too. Like Mahomes has been doing this for a few years. He's been doing. He's. I don't know. I like Mahomes. Mahomes is good.
Jake Kennedy wants to know, can the Niners win the NFC and or the Super Bowl
Yes.
with Brock Purdy? With that defense, I'd say yes.
If Kyle Shanahan's calling plays, I'm in. I don't know. They can win. I don't know if they will.
Right.
I don't know if they will, but they can.
Jake, for the older generation, just look at the Baltimore Ravens when Trent Dilfer was the quarterback. So there's your answer.
I don't think Brock Purdy's worse than Jimmy Garoppolo. Sorry. So
I really don't either. He really does a good job. That's why I'm saying when is the rookie going to show up? Because he ain't showing up in 6 weeks.
He has but Kyle Shanahan does such a freaking good job of putting him in positions to succeed. He doesn't allow him to have a negative play, and Brock Purdy's smart enough not to have a negative play on his own. And so if the coach puts him in a good position and he keeps himself in a good position, there's no negative position to be a rookie anymore.
Golly, I hate when Joey makes sense.
I think the defense does a good job too because they keep. It's not like he's having to make 14-point comebacks every single week. He's got to score 21 points and they win the game. Pretty much every week. Yeah. If you get 3 touchdowns, you win.
Yeah. And that makes it a lot easier to know that I don't have to go get in a shootout with anybody.
Exactly. Like, he can be conservative.
Yeah.
And even Shanahan can be conservative at that point, Like, if you have guys like McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle, they're going to break away.
Yeah.
There's one right there.
I'm telling you, I don't think there's 2 more explosive guys on a team than McCaffrey and Debo.
Probably not.
And then you throw in Ayuk and Kittle, though?
And that's what's bad. I'm leaving them out, but I'm telling you, those 2 guys, Debo Samuels might be the most electric
diverse
player.
Yeah.
He's so good.
I agree. Well, McCaffrey's the same way.
Is McCaffrey going to be there next year or is he a rental?
I think he's got one more. I think he's got one more.
Dude, the plays that they're going to figure out, because he came in the middle of the season. I don't think Shanahan's really explored.
Oh, I'm sure
He's starting to use him.
I'm sure he's diving in a little bit, but
I'm sure he has a little bit, but he's going to have a whole offseason to think about what he can do with those 2 guys.
Oh, my goodness.
have fun. Have fun, NFL, with that.
Can you imagine the 2-point plays that they would have? Oh,
yeah. It's pretty good.
All right, so before we go any further, we talked about Brian Dix earlier. We're going to do that Brian Sports ad read real quick. Brian Sports, the best sporting goods store in Lake City, guaranteed, no doubt about it, or probably on the planet, actually. Forget Lake City.
Easily.
So, yeah, make sure you go see those guys. If you can't go see them, give them a call. 755-0570 is the number. And, they'll hook you up. Yep. Mention Front Porch Sitting. They'll give you 10% off. What you got?
Are you done with the ad read?
Yeah.
Joey, that was a good job, by the way.
Thank you.
I got a text message from Michelle, and she said, yes, in all caps. I'm so glad Joey picked Kansas City. Let's go. Fade Joey.
Yep.
Hashtag fade me. I'm good with it.
I'd
I'm
be more
A-okay with
nervous
it.
if Joey picked Cincy.
That's pretty
She's
good.
100% right. Absolutely 100% right.
That's funny.
So where's the spread now? Because I know it started out as 2.5 Kansas City, and then it went to 2.5 Cincinnati.
Cincy minus
It's
1 right now.
back to no Kansas City -1.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I thought it was Cincinnati -1.
it was at one
I guess
point.
before they practiced today.
It was at one point. Now it's Kansas City -1.
Yeah, but yeah, go see Brian Sports. You got about a week to go see Brock Edge also.
It's a pick 'em now, Joey.
Okay. On which site? Ours?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a pick 'em, and then the 49ers are a -2.5 point favorite.
49ers are?
No, I meant the Eagles. I'm sorry.
Oh. Don't do that to me, Brad.
I may not have the
Don't
plus
do
one.
it to me, Brad.
All
right.
a couple of points.
Shane, we talked earlier about who we thought was the best coach in football, but who's the coach of the year? So the three coaches in the NFL are Daboll, Peterson, and Shanahan up for the award. Who do you have?
If Shanahan's up for the award, I don't see how he does not get it. But if it was me picking, I would say Daboll. The Giants, he did something with Daniel Jones that nobody could. So you got to go with him. But what was their record last year compared to this year? I think is drastically different.
Well, if that's going to be your argument,
Peterson,
then you got to be Peterson. In my opinion,
they won 2 games last year.
Yeah, because they were the number 1 pick and then made the playoffs
but
this year.
they had Urban. Come on now. Anybody's got Urban Meyer as a coach is going to be terrible.
Joe Judge. I see your Urban, and I raise you a Joe Judge.
Okay.
What's Joe Judge?
Yeah,
what is he?
Yeah,
what does he do?
know.
Where's he at now? Nobody knows. But you knew Urban Meyer's name, though, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. You've never even heard of – you still don't know who Joe Judge is.
I heard of Joe Judge.
Never heard of such.
Yeah, Joe Judge was the head coach of the New York Giants last year.
Oh,
He was his first year.
That's why I don't know Joe Judge.
He was the special teams coordinator for the Patriots the year before that.
Oh, good for him.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, well,
Nobody cares.
yeah.
So, Urban Meyer to Joe Judge, I feel like we're pretty even still.
Yeah, possibly, but yeah, Urban was terrible.
I'm going to go Doug Peterson.
You're going Peterson?
Yeah, just turning the Jaguars around. That's tough to do. Like no one's done it. They haven't been good except for the 1 year where they went and lost to the Patriots and
We had Doug Coughlin.
yeah.
Tom
Coughlin.
Yeah.
Who's Doug Coughlin? Anybody know?
No, nobody's ever heard of a Doug.
Yeah, me either. Tom. So no, I would say it's between Daboll and Peterson.
This has been the closest it's been, though.
Yeah, so I'm good with any of these 3 winning.
Yeah.
And Sirianni, Eagles head coach, he's not in the running. I guess they narrowed it down to 3 today, and he,
You know what?
I guess he finished fourth.
If
but
Hurts hadn't got hurt, Sirianni probably would have walked away with it
maybe
because they lost 2 games with
Minshew
Minshew.
mania.
Minshew mania.
My thing is, like I said earlier, Shanahan's the best coach in the NFL, and it's by a wide margin.
agree.
I don't think there's anybody close right now.
Oh, I got a hot take here.
Shout out Brian Dix in the chat. Thank
I
you.
see that. Doug
I agree
Marrone
with
was the
Brad,
coach.
too.
That's why you said Doug Coughlin. It was Doug Marrone was the coach that year.
Oh, okay.
Tom Coughlin was the coach whenever they were really, really good way back.
Right. You're right. You're right.
And he was apparently the GM. I thought he was the president of football operations, but it's all the same. Anyways, Shanahan, best coach in the NFL. I don't think he wins the award, even though Brock Purdy played half the year, and I don't think he lost a game.
Right. Well, that's on their third string quarterback too, so you got to give him a little credit for that.
Yeah, because Trey Lance was the starter
Hey, what
at
are
one
they going
point.
to do with Trey Lance? They're going to trade him?
I don't know.
They better trade him. They get everything they can for him right now.
Yep.
Because Brock Purdy is the guy.
I think they traded. I don't know what they do. I really don't have. I have no
They're
idea.
not
What they
going
do.
to trade Brock Purdy. They tried to trade
Who's got
Garoppolo.
more value right now, Brock Purdy or Trey Lance?
Trey Lance.
You think?
Even still.
You think Trey Lance has more value in the NFL than Brock Purdy does right now?
You got Mr. Irrelevant or the number 1 pick in the draft.
You've got a guy who's done it versus a guy who hasn't.
I understand what you're saying, but all the athletic ability, all the accolades that the boy got.
I would take Trey Lance if I was.
Is this his second year? Like,
You would really take
completely
Trey
out?
Lance?
No, probably not.
Okay.
I don't know that I would take either one of them because I'm not good enough to make them great like Shanahan is. But
Now, if they go anywhere else, I don't put it this way. I don't think Purdy would be near as good somewhere else.
I don't either.
Okay, well that's what I'm saying. Trey Lance.
You put him in Indianapolis, he's awful.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, you put
You put Trey Lance in Indianapolis, though, then what do you
you
have?
have a chance.
You have something.
You have a chance. Yeah,
So I think he's got much more
I'll buy that.
tradability than Purdy.
I'm with you. I thought that the whole time. I just wanted to try to find an argument, a counter argument.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you though. I think Trey Lance has more
It's
more
not looking
trade
good
appeal.
with me and you agreeing a lot.
I don't like it. I thought this was going to be way more fun, and,
Yeah.
and we've agreed way too much. So,
Well, here's my hot take because we were talking about coaches a while ago.
oh boy,
Joe Burrow's coach in college. What was his name?
Joe Brady.
Joe Brady. Word on the street is he is going to San Diego. I'm sorry,
The Chargers.
the Chargers.
Okay.
If he goes to the Chargers will be at minimum the 3rd seed in the playoffs next year.
Ooh.
So you don't care that he wasn't successful in Carolina?
No, God, no.
That doesn't matter to you?
No. Who was their quarterback? They didn't have a quarterback.
Me and you.
Right.
I think we split the
I
duties
could have done.
sometimes.
I could have even with the ankle. I could have done better.
I don't know about better. You couldn't move for a while.
That's true.
Okay. That's a hot take. I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
I'm just telling you.
I love that.
So what's your final vote for Coach of the Year? You.
I'm going to say Daboll.
You got Dayball. You got Peterson.
Yeah.
I got Peterson. Got Peterson too.
Rolf, do you have a vote?
It's Peterson.
Okay.
We'll do two more of these. Comeback player of the year, because I think this is interesting. I think we'll get some. Me and you will disagree on this as well. It's the only reason I put it in here. Comeback player of the year is between Geno Smith, Saquon Barkley, and Christian McCaffrey. Who do you have?
I got to go Saquon Barkley just because he was my number 1 overall pick a few years ago, and then he let me down badly, and he's played pretty decent this year.
I had him in Reality Sports Online, where we won the championship 2 years ago. But I had Saquon Barkley also, and I think he's got to be the comeback player of the year. I don't think it's close.
So you got Saquon, you got
Give me Geno.
Yeah, give me Geno.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It is close though.
I think it's really close.
Healthy Saquon is a monster.
Healthy Saquon's the best back in the league, right?
Ooh, I don't know if I can say that.
Who's better?
Christian McCaffrey. Okay,
It's
There's
close.
a lot of dead air there. Yes,
It's close.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I think it's close.
I think it's close.
I don't think it's even close.
No, you're crazy.
I know that.
It's close.
It's not close.
Saquon does it by himself. Completely.
Okay, then
Completely
that's right.
by
Listen,
himself.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he's not.
Their
near
number 1
Christian
receiver
McCaffrey.
this year was me.
No,
I'm
that's
fat and out of shape. Richie James.
Richie James.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they number 18 for them who came on at the end of the year. How
Isaiah Hodgins. I was on Isaiah Hodgins like 2 years ago out of Oregon
Okay,
State.
well, he did
I
very
thought that
good.
cat was going to be good.
Well, he was good in the playoffs.
Went to Buffalo, did nothing. I cut him in the Reality Sports League. Guy goes to New York, bam.
Yeah,
All I got to do is cut you, and you're going to be good.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. Yeah.
I'm so mad that I was on.
But anyway,
let's
let's back to Geno Smith. Geno Smith is not the comeback player of the year.
But why?
He's the comeback player of the decade.
Okay.
Okay, we talked about that earlier.
Okay. I'm not going to disagree with that point.
But on a serious note, I think it's Geno just because of the situation too. Like going into Seattle, replacing Russell. Like
I think that's why he is the comeback player of the year, because everybody, myself included,
didn't miss Russell Wilson at all.
No, myself included, wrote them for dead. I said that's the worst, the least talented roster with a terrible coaching staff. Yep. And then Geno comes in and he's like, maybe I'm not bad at after all. And the coaches were like, yeah, maybe we're not either. And I was like, made me wrong again. And I'm cool with that.
They wrote him off.
Well, let me ask you
He
this:
didn't write him back.
all the draft picks and stuff they got for Denver. Clayton Denver's great Denver Broncos. How good are they going to be the next year? Seattle.
They should be really, really, really good.
They should be, but are they going to make the playoffs because of Geno Smith?
They did this year because of Geno Smith.
No, I know that. But
in a positive way.
But with all the different picks that they got, should they go a little bit further?
Maybe.
We'll see.
Geno may have been awful after week
8.
But he wasn't awful. Stop talking negative about Geno, Clayton. Thank you, Terrence. Truth, if Joey cuts a wide receiver, it's time to blow up. He's not wrong, I swear.
He's not wrong. He's not.
I swear. My evals are on point with those guys, though, out of college. I'm telling you, me and Isaiah Hodgins, we were like
Speaking
this.
Speaking of that,
which one of you two idiots paid $10 million for Isaiah Pacheco?
That was him.
Guilty.
That was him.
Guilty.
You two were going after it.
Yeah. How does that look right now?
I wanted that guy. Listen, he's going to be good.
Right.
He's going to be really good. I won the. I did not win. I came in second.
He's
but
a dog, dude.
Listen, he's gonna be so good. Man, he's gonna be good.
All right, MVP of the league: Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow.
I really, really want to go Justin Jefferson here, but I can't. It's got to be Mahomes. He's the best player in the NFL.
Well, this has been a real fun show.
Yeah. Well,
hey, I don't know how you guys feel about like life and praying and all that, but you might want to start. Praying. Things are probably fixing to change. I don't know. When me and Shayne agree this much, nothing positive can come from this.
It's not a good thing.
It's Mahomes.
It's not close.
It's Mahomes.
It's not close.
By a long ways.
I agree.
Right? Like, I love Jalen Hurts. I was on Jalen Hurts at the beginning of the year. I fantasy quarterback in every league I could get him in. I love Jalen Hurts.
Bradford, can you argue against anything?
Yes.
Sherman says Jefferson.
Because
I love Sherman.
I think it's Jefferson.
Really?
How?
Kirk Cousins.
I'm listening to your argument, and I hear your argument, and I love Justin Jefferson.
There's not an argument. He just said a name. Tell me why.
That's an argument. That's an argument.
argument.
Because
The
Kirk
argument
Cousins
for
is
it's
abysmal.
terrible.
He's like Daniel Jones bad. You know what I mean?
He's worse than Daniel Jones.
He's worse than Daniel Jones.
No, listen. I'm telling you, the kid was great. He was wonderful. But listen, the best player in football, period, Patrick Mahomes.
It has always been the MVP, but
I know, but it's because of Andy Reid again. You got good coaches.
I'm looking up Justin Jefferson's stats right now, just to
they're
make
ridiculous.
sure.
They're very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure I'm on board with what I'm saying.
Wasn't he matching up with?
Oh, speaking of the
Dear God.
Well, let's talk about.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's Justin Jefferson.
That dude had 128 catches for 1,809 yards, but only 8 touchdowns.
Okay, but let me ask you this: when you have a guy that completely shuts you down and you have 2 catches, how can you be the MVP?
That's my problem.
There you go.
That's my problem.
Again,
but a
you
lot of
should
teams
not agree with me.
I know. We're gonna work on this.
All right.
A lot of teams before that did try to double him and bracket him and all that, and it didn't matter a whole lot.
No,
So like I'm with that, but here's my thing. Like
that's your Kirk Cousins issue, though. If I have Justin Jefferson, he's catching the ball. He's getting thrown at a minimum of 20 times a game. He's touching the ball 20 times a game. I don't care who.
How many targets did he have?
look it up. I don't know.
What's,
let me tell you what.
122 divided by 17.
122 divided by 17.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, you're not doing that in your head.
7.17.
7.17.
7 to 8. That's what I said. Run that
he
back.
said 7.
I did because I was doing it in my head real quick, and I was like 7, 8, 7.
It looks like he averaged like 11 a game.
Yeah, that's about right.
11,
Listen,
12 a game.
enough of that. Patrick Mahomes, 5,250 yards passing,
Okay.
41 touchdowns.
You can stop.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Yards
we're
per
good.
attempt, 8.1. 8.1 yards per attempt. Are you kidding me?
Sinners, I tried to make the show interesting. I'm sorry.
It's Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know enough about Justin.
It's Patrick Mahomes.
Well, he's very good.
It's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
I'm
I
done.
agree.
Done with that. Done with that.
100%.
What's next?
I really want to talk about, and I know this is not on the show notes, but I really want to talk about what's the old Mel
Mel Kiper Jr.
Mel Kiper Jr.
Yeah.
Let's talk about his top 15 picks or 12 picks. Let's talk about
I'm
that.
here for it.
Please talk about it because I hope and pray that Atlanta does not take Anthony Richardson.
I thought he had Carolina taking
He
Anthony
does.
Richardson. Okay.
I'm hoping that they make a mistake and take him.
Let me ask you this. Why don't you think that they should take Anthony Richardson?
Okay, because he's not good.
Okay. But does he have the potential to be really, really good?
I don't know the answer to that. If he has a very good coach like a Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan.
Mike was really old.
Mike was really good back
Still
in his
is really
day.
old.
He was good back in his day. If
He
they
was.
have a really,
Is.
really good
Was.
coach, then in 3 years he may be something. I'm not taking somebody in the first round who I
somebody's
have
going
to
to.
wait. Oh, no. And Carolina probably will. But I'm not taking somebody in the first round that's going to take Anthony Richardson. I'm not going to. It's going to put my program back, my team back. For 3 years, you're waiting for a guy to see if he's going to be any good.
For what it's worth, they've updated. He's updated it now. They've got Miles Murphy, defensive end from Clemson, going to
Great.
the Falcons.
Wonderful.
And then Anthony Richardson, one lower, number 9 to Carolina.
Thank goodness. I sure hope
Yeah.
that's the way it goes.
I want to get back to Anthony Richardson.
Tell me in the chat. What do y'all think? Go ahead.
I want to get back to Anthony Richardson.
please do.
Because I don't
I think he's a good college quarterback, and I'll let you go.
I think he's a better NFL quarterback than college quarterback.
Okay, why?
Because I think the game is designed for him better in the NFL.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna let you keep going.
I do. So
I'm
here's
gonna
my
let you
thing.
keep digging a hole. But go
Here's
ahead.
my thing. There's very few athletes that are as athletic as him. Right?
Okay.
There's very few guys that have the same arm strength as him.
Okay.
The only thing that he doesn't do great is anticipate. The same thing with Jalen Hurts out of Alabama or Oklahoma. He didn't anticipate things very well. It didn't take long for him to figure that out.
Okay.
It took him about 7 or 8 games, and he was like, oh, crap, I got to figure something out. Went to the offseason. Next season comes back. Been really, really good since then. I'm not saying that Anthony Richardson can do that, but Anthony Richardson is immensely more talented just as an athlete, as an arm, than Jalen Hurts is.
Okay. Is Anthony Richardson? I'm gonna go back to Lamar Jackson because I really, truly, this is in all fairness, I think he's one of the better athletes in the NFL. Period.
Right.
Okay.
That's
I think
not-
he's a very
that's
good
not an arguable
quarterback,
point.
but is he close to Lamar Jackson?
I think that his throwing mechanics are.
No. Running wise.
Is he close? Yeah, he's close.
Really?
Yeah, he's close.
Oh my goodness.
He's in the same world.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
No,
he
he's not.
is.
There's very few people in the same
There's the
world.
disagreement we were waiting on.
Yeah.
No, he's in the same.
What's gonna happen?
Is he as good? No, but is he in the same world? Yeah.
Okay, but again, Anthony
He's the closest thing in the NFL.
Anthony Richardson is going to take
Justin Fields.
3 years minimum
No.
to be a decent player, and I don't think he's going to be a decent player. He's a great athlete, but how many times a great athlete at quarterback gets you victories?
So he'd be great at tight end.
Maybe. He's a freakish athlete, but I'm just telling you, he's not going to be good. We will not. I hope he. Listen, I hope this guy goes and tears it up.
Let me tell you who else Shayne used to say wasn't going to be good. Let me tell you who else Shayne used to say wasn't going to be good. Cam Newton. How'd that work out?
I don't know if I said that.
Nope.
I don't know if I said that. If I said it, you got to show it to me somewhere. I don't know if I'm buying into that. I'm just saying. Anyway, back to Richardson. I'm just telling you, I hope to goodness Atlanta does not take him. Hope he does. I don't want him. And yes, Carter, and somebody said something about Carter. And Sherman, I believe he's just like Tebow. He would have been a very, very good could have possibly won the Heisman Trophy, Sherman, but he's not going to be a good pro, period.
Joey's so disappointed right
Brian
now.
Dick says AR is injury prone.
It's not that I'm disappointed. I don't know that Anthony Richardson is going to be good. That's what my hope. Like, I don't know that.
I don't know.
I think that he has the potential a lot quicker than 3 years. Justin Fields did it in a year and a half too. So like, it's not going to take 3.
Justin Fields was a much better quarterback in college than Anthony Richardson. Look at the numbers.
Better system. Yeah, he's in a better system.
Okay.
The system's it gives you quarterback. Like it literally spits him out, and you can throw. Jack Miller could play quarterback at Ohio State and be successful.
Well, apparently he couldn't because he's with us. But.
Well, right, because other people are better than him. That's why. But if they had to start him, he would have been successful at Ohio State because they're Ohio State, and that's what they do.
Hey, shout out Coach Bell. He says AR reminds him of Jordan Reed.
100%. I don't disagree with that. Apparently, Coach
Jordan
Bell
Reed
was. He was pretty good tight end.
Jordan Reed was really, really good.
Yeah,
I love Jordan Reed.
I do too.
He was apparently not intelligent because that's why he never played quarterback at Florida.
Well, see, that's what I don't know. That's what I don't know about Richardson.
I think Richardson's smart. I just think he's
I don't
dumb
know
at
if
the
he
same
is or
time.
not. Listen, I like the person. I really love the person.
That sounds weird. That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I think that Richardson is an intelligent human being that makes really stupid decisions on the field.
Okay, well, that doesn't
A
bode
problem.
well in the NFL.
I understand that it's a problem, but still, at the same time, the arm talent is freakish. The leg talent is freakish.
I don't know how many times we've seen him throw the ball, 50, 60 yards, and you say his arm talent. Now, can he put touch on the ball? Because you've got to put touch on the ball.
Now, that I don't know. That's the things that I think he has to develop.
I played with a guy named Cordell Stewart.
You did. Yes, he did.
That's how I'm going. Was one of the best athletes on the history of the planet.
Brian Dix knows a lot about Cordell Stewart, right?
He loves Cordell Stewart.
Yeah, boy.
He was the number 1 pick in the draft several years ago. Good pick, Brian. But Cordell had a hard time with the touch.
I say good pick, Brian, like he's Lee Corso. Great pick.
Yeah, this was 15 years ago too, maybe 20. Anyways, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying Cordell didn't learn how to throw a lot of touch passes.
Right.
Cannon for an arm, just like Richardson, I guess.
Right.
But I'm just
Pretty good player in the league though for a few years, right?
He was, but I don't think I think Cordell was a better quarterback.
We'll see. We're going to
He
see.
definitely was at Colorado. The last time Colorado was relevant was with Cordell Stewart. Now they have Dion. Woo-hoo.
RG3 is what people think AR was supposed to be in college. I'm not going to disagree with that. I think that's pretty decent take.
What he was supposed to be, I'm not going to disagree with that either.
Yeah,
he wasn't, but he was what he was supposed to be.
D'Amico Ryans to Denver. Clayton's breaking that on front porch sitting. That's good. Good to hear.
There you go. That's what I like. Maybe they'll win 3 games, Clayton.
Yeah. So, anyways, enough of that. Let's go to the ad read. Josh's barbershop. Love Josh. He makes me look good. So
that's hard to do.
No, he doesn't make me look. He makes me look better than I usually do, which is a task in itself.
Yes.
But you won't find a better dude. You won't find a better barber. Make sure you text him. Don't call him. Text him at 386-247-1430. We're supposed to have that number flashing on the screen right now. I think Tyler forgot until this moment because I forgot until this moment.
Forgot until this moment.
Yeah.
Listen,
we're gonna work on that for next week for
there.
sure. We were a little preoccupied with Baby Zane coming and all that, but yeah, give Josh a text. Like I said, you won't find a better conversation in a barbershop than with Josh McCardle.
Listen, Josh is my classmate. I love Josh. He always is. He's fun to talk to. Go visit with him. Y'all have a good time.
Yes. So we moving on to the Hall of Fame.
You want to do Hall of Fame first, or do you want to do the beef with whatever?
Oh, let's do the Hall of Fame first.
All right, we'll do the beef.
That'll be really quick.
Yeah, it won't be. Yeah, okay. So, is there? I'm just gonna say it like this: is there a worse Hall of Fame than the MLB Hall of Fame?
I don't think there's worse voters.
I think it's the stupidest.
I don't think either of you are wrong.
I think this is I despise first of all the fact that there's 700 bajillion votes to writers who don't know anything about the game of baseball,
Right.
it really bothers me. I don't know what the answer is. I'm not sure how you're supposed to do Hall of Fame voting, but
the whole
MLB
system
does
is
it stupid because, one, they have like this 1941 way of thinking, and you're not allowed to be a first ballot Hall of Famer unless you were like tip top, which, okay, maybe. But like Scott Rowland gets in and Andrew Jones doesn't.
I don't understand that.
I don't care about any. Todd Helton. Listen, Clayton, I need you to get back in the chat right now. Put Todd Helton's stats up there. You said you had him earlier. I remember. I was paying attention. I need you to put Todd Helton's stats up there because he was the next closest at 72.2. I think you got to get 75%, right? Yeah. He was the next closest at 72.2% of the votes. Todd Helton had a really, really good career. Billy Wagner was, for a long stretch of his career, the best closer in baseball.
Right.
Why is he not in the Hall of Fame?
I don't understand.
He was the best closer in baseball for a very, very long period of time, like 7 or 8 years. He was the best. And then the other 6 in his career, he was really freaking good.
I was just saying, he would have been the best for a lot longer.
If it wasn't for Mariano Rivera.
Who
Right.
was literally the best closer of all time.
I don't understand what the MLB baseball people think. Do you want to get somebody in just because there's only one guy in the Hall of Fame? You want to have 3 or 4 people in there? No. Well, if you want to have 3 or 4 people in there, put 3 or 4 people, the right people in there. Barry Bonds, Curt Schilling, Andrew Jones, Dale Murphy. 2 of those are
a little personal favorites.
Favorites.
Yeah.
But Dale Murphy should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what anybody says. 3-time winner of the MVP. I mean, and he
More
played
MVPs
for 50.
than Derek Jeter ever got.
There you go. How about that? So how's he not in the Hall of Fame? Makes no sense to me. But you're going to put Scott Rowland in the Hall of Fame? One guy? You're going to have one ceremony for one guy?
And I'm not let me say this. I'm not bashing Scott Rowland. He was a really good baseball player
he
for a
was
really
good.
long time.
I agree with
One
that.
of the
He
best
was
third
good.
basemen in the league
Yeah.
at the time of his entire career. Like
Right.
he was good. He was really, really good. This is not a Scott Rowland shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame take. This is a Andrew Jones should be. Andrew Jones is one of 5 guys. One of 5 guys in the whole entire history of the freaking game that has 400 home runs and 10 Gold Gloves or more.
Yeah. How many?
That's absurd.
how
4
many-
of the 5 are in the
4
Hall of
of the
Fame.
5.
Mike
Scott
Schmidt,
Rowland- Okay, go ahead.
Ken Griffey Jr., Hank Aaron. Not Hank Aaron. Who was the 4th one?
I don't know. I didn't hear this. This is my first time hearing this. This is great.
Willie
That's
Mays
the
was
first time
one.
first time I
Smith,
heard it too.
was Smith, Mays, Griffey, Freak. Who was the 4th? It was
Probably Barry Bonds.
Does not matter.
No,
All
he-
these guys are in the Hall of Fame.
Barry Bonds
was-
didn't win Golden Gloves.
because he didn't win Golden Gloves.
Yeah, I bet he won several.
I think he did one a few early in his career. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
He was
absurd.
fast then.
I did not realize that. Scott Rowland, for the record, had less than 350 home runs. I don't know the exact number. I can't remember.
Right.
316.
Yeah, 316. So
I'm not looking at it right
Well,
now.
Tyler
Just
said,
saying.
I can't take this away from Tyler, but he said it tells you that defense means nothing in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, you
because
should have used that and just went with it and forget Tyler.
Yeah.
No, I
You
wouldn't do
probably
that.
should.
No, but that does. It really does.
credit where
Schmidt,
credit's
Griffey
due,
Jr.,
right?
Mays, and Andrew Jones. There's only 4. Sorry, there's only 4 players that have done it. There's not 5. There was only 4. The four that I said, and one of them's not in the Hall of Fame.
That's
crap.
amazing.
That's crap.
All right, next.
Yeah,
Todd Helton
wait, there's one point I want to make.
Yeah.
This is kind of a little derivative here, but the Oscars. It reminds me of the Oscars. So like you have movies that get nominated, and there is backdoor like politicking that goes on to make sure that a particular movie wins an award. And if actors don't participate in enough, press events and all this different stuff, they won't win the award, even though they should win.
Right.
It reminds me a lot like that, especially with guys like Curt Schilling. So there's all this politicking that's going on with the Hall of Fame, and like David Ortiz, should
not be in the Hall of Fame, no.
If you're gonna punish Barry Bonds for steroids, you probably shouldn't give it to David Ortiz.
Right.
Jimmy's shocked that I'm saying that right now.
No, I mean you kind of said that last year. Whenever
But the politicking is just really bad in the Hall of Fame, and it
That's
kills
what I hate about politics. Politics sucks.
Well
Just saying.
said.
that is beautiful. 434 home runs for my guy Andrew Jones. Maybe I just like Andrew Jones because he was like the
He was the best center fielder when he played.
he was my second
Period.
favorite player for a long stretch of my life.
Right.
Like it was Ken Griffey Jr. was number 1, and he
course.
always was.
Always
and
will
then
be.
and then Andrew Jones was right there next to him. I played center field. He played center field. He was the smoothest dude that I've ever seen play the
Oh, yeah.
outfield. Like
How many World Series did they win? One? Two?
one.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me that the most we've ever talked baseball, Trey Lee wasn't in the chat at
Yeah.
all.
What about Scott Rowland? How many World Series did he take his team to?
Ooh, I'm gonna guess none, but I don't know that to be 100% certain.
I'm going to say 0.
Yeah, I don't remember Scott Rowland ever winning a World Series, but
Yeah, somebody look that up.
that doesn't mean that that didn't happen. I could be.
Because I thought for you to be a Hall of Fame type player, you probably
2006.
needed to win a championship.
2006.
2006 what?
2006 World Series.
They win it?
Yep.
Oh, well.
Good try, though. It was a good try.
It was a good try.
So Scott Rowland had 1 World Series?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whatever. I don't care.
Played pretty well in that World Series, too, if we're going to be honest.
Did he?
Yeah. 421 batting average.
Oh.
Hit a home run, 2 RBIs.
Yeah. All right, Scott Rowland.
1.2 OPS.
Again, not about a Scott Rowland bash, more of a Hall of Fame bash. I think the Hall of Fame for MLB is stupid.
Good point.
Hate it. Think it's trash. Think they do it the wrong way. Think they suck. Can I keep going or should I stop?
Just to add on to the Andrew Jones stuff, he was a much better hitter in the postseason. Just so we're clear.
Andrew?
Yes.
Yeah. Andrew,
273 average, almost 800 OPS, which is better than his.
I could be wrong on this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like towards the end of Andrew's career, he was a really, really bad hitter for average. A little better at the beginning. I don't think he was ever like a 300, 320 hitter. I don't think that, but I think that he was better early than he was late.
Yeah, so he had like 2 seasons where he hit 230, 240, and then but his OPS was like 850, 830.
Yeah.
So and he hit, pretty good numbers there.
Yeah, Andrew Jones should be in the Hall of Fame.
Period. I don't.
Let's get to the golf.
Wait.
Oh,
speaking of golf.
Yes.
Lake City Country Club.
Lake City Country Club. There we go. Let's talk about it.
Chipper Jones is my personal favorite. Yeah, Lake City Country Club. Food is excellent. Wednesday through Saturday, go see him for dinner. You can go to lunch any day.
Word on the street is, Joey, that
Yes.
the blackened chicken salad is the best around, period.
I've heard. I don't eat salad.
I don't either, but I'm going to
But
try
I've
it.
heard that the blackened chicken salad is
good.
tip top.
Now, they're going to have a Super Bowl tournament, I guess, Super Bowl Sunday. So
Right.
That'll be fun. That'll be a good time.
You're gonna
You and I are going to play.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So
We're gonna take some side bets from any of you in the chat.
Yes.
Any of you right now.
Side bet.
Side bets. Take them.
Clayton says his career OPS is 386. His higher career than OPS.
Clayton's talking about Todd Helton, how his the narrative is with Colorado players, So he's saying that the career road on base percentage 386 is higher than the career OBP of 107 position players already in the Hall of Fame.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but it's also
this is what I was waiting on a few minutes ago.
It's also on base percentage, so it's not super meaningful. But
Chris said, "I know one thing about Lake City Country Club. Esmanship and Edge have never beat me."
I didn't know Chris played by himself.
Yeah. Anyways,
Thanks,
752-2266 number to call. Ask for Dave Mel. He'll hook you up with the membership prices and all that.
What a great guy Dave Mel is.
Love Dave Mel. Good people.
I'll have to call him for a membership.
Yeah. All right. So, Tyler, since you think you're hilarious, Tyler, do you have the videos of Pat? Let's give a little backstory. I'll let Shayne give a little backstory on Patrick Reed and Rory McIlroy.
Well, apparently Patrick Reed has a defamation lawsuit against Rory McIlroy.
And a lot of players, I think.
Right. So he, I guess Patrick Reed decides he wants to go up to talk to Rory.
Can I backtrack for 1 second? Apparently, Rory got served those papers on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, right.
Yeah.
During his family Christmas.
Yeah.
He got served those papers. So Patrick Reed, this week, they're in Dubai, and he decides to go up and try to talk to Rory, and he goes up, shakes Rory's caddy's hand, and Rory is messing with the track man. He says something to Rory. Rory never moves.
Let's just watch it.
Watch it. Right. Let's see it.
So that's the caddy there that he's shaking his hand. Rory is down on the ground, reading a putt. It looks like setting his ball.
And then he gets a tee thrown at him.
A live
tour tee,
yeah.
Allegedly.
No, that's what it was.
Okay. All right. Hot take there. I like it.
Yeah.
Not a hot take, but a hot whatever.
Hey, real quick, before we start talking about this, my bad. Can you give me like 15 seconds of what Shayne Edge would have done had someone been in this situation and someone tossed a tee at Shayne? What would Shayne have done? Real quick.
First of all, Shayne would have never ignored him. That's number one.
Oof.
Yeah.
He would have never ignored it. Shayne would have stood up. He'd have looked him in the face, said probably some not nice words.
Yeah, you can't say what I would say.
No, I'm not going to. He would have said some not nice words, and if he would have made any move, Shayne would have hit him in the face.
If he reached in his pocket to pull out that tee,
If he had turned to walk away,
right.
he had to stay like a statue.
In the back of the head.
If he stayed like a statue, he wouldn't have got hit in the face probably.
Right.
But if the second that he moved, he's probably getting hit in the face. Wouldn't have been a good scene.
Well, Joey,
Shayne gets kicked off the tour.
A lot of our sitters understand the look.
Yeah.
When you get the look,
It's time.
it's go time.
Right.
Now, if that son of a gun came over to me and just stood there and looked at me, he would got the look. Now, the best thing for him to do is turn around and walk away.
Right.
And he would have got popped.
Yeah.
You give me papers at Christmas with my kids and family, and you expect
for
me
something dumb.
Yeah, you expect me to say something to you? Oh no, Rory did the right thing. He didn't look up. He didn't do anything. But the problem is, if he threw the tee at me, even if I did what Rory did, if he threw the tee at me right then at that second, it's go time.
Rory said he never saw the tee.
That's a good thing.
I don't know that I think I like Rory's reaction because he just doesn't give him the time of day. Doesn't indulge into his stupidity. He does the smart thing.
Right.
And the right thing.
The right thing.
I don't know if it's the thing that I would have done. I know it's not the thing that you would have done.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Touche. I'm with that. So let's. Do we want to play what Rory's had to say about it, or are we good?
It's up to you guys.
Also, Chris says you sound like a dang good coach competitor.
Dang right. Hey, we're gonna compete. I can promise you. There's one thing that's gonna happen.
We will compete. This live stream right now.
Period.
Yeah, Blaze said he knew Rory wouldn't do anything, and I think that's true. I don't think Rory was going to do anything. I think Patrick Reed's a clown though. Like it, I know I saw some people say it makes Rory look kind of like he was a little scaredish or whatever. I don't think it does. I think it just makes Patrick Reed look like a bigger clown than he already looks, which is hard to do because it's the biggest clown on any tour.
I agree. I don't think anybody likes.
He was going to get a response from Rory. Like he wasn't going over there out of the goodness of his heart. He was trying to get a rise out of the guy.
100% he was.
Yeah,
and see that's the problem. If you come try to get a rise out of me, you know what's coming.
Yeah,
you're gonna get it. whether there's one or two things gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And neither of them end well.
No. So
what's wild is like. It wasn't like too long ago that he was like an American hero.
Yes.
Draining a putt against Rory.
I really like
not just draining one putt.
Thank you, Tyler.
It wasn't just draining one putt. It was like I've watched that match probably 6 times and probably 3 times in the last 3 months. I freaking love it. It is electric.
He was
there's
80%
not
of golfers' favorite golfer on the tour for sure.
There's only in Ryder Cup time. Everybody hated him before and after that.
Right.
But for 2 straight Ryder Cups,
man, you couldn't beat that guy.
Captain America. They called him Captain America.
Come on.
Yep.
But everybody knew. So everybody knew that he was a
why does he have to be such a turd?
Everybody knew he was a turd. Like everybody, because he stole from teammates in college. Like nothing that he's done is new. Everybody knows he's a poop head, right? But then the most electric match in the history of matches in the Ryder Cup, and everybody's like, okay, we don't care about it anymore. We're all good. Patrick Reed's good, and then right back to Patrick Reed,
right?
Being a
as soon as he gets on the tour, everybody hates him because he's a turd. So now we don't have to watch him. He's on the Live Tour. I'll never watch the Live Tour.
We may have to make Brian Dick's comment the show episode. Shayne, don't push me over the edge.
I think we've actually used that.
We have.
That's right.
That's right.
For a title?
A long time ago.
That was Shayne. That was Shane's first interview.
Part 2. I wasn't part of the show back then.
How about this?
Oh,
we didn't have any issues all weekend with anybody at snowboarding.
Right.
No issues. Not in the line. Nobody said anything slick. Nobody said anything.
Everyone
I didn't
knows
have any
better
drunk people on the plane
right.
talking stupid trash.
everybody's good.
Everybody was good. Man, it was a good trip.
Yeah.
Nobody pushed me over the edge. It was great.
I thought there was a butt coming somewhere.
No.
And I thought it was going to be Brian.
I
thought Brian was going to be the one.
No. Brian, I don't think Brian get upset with anybody.
Walk, like, upright.
Yeah.
CTE.
Poor old Brian.
Is there anything else that we need to discuss?
You had something after. No, we pushed that to the end.
We pushed that. I don't think Rory's comments are worth playing. I don't think they might be.
No, I mean he said no. I don't have any comment. I mean he didn't say anything. He
didn't say much.
He kind of brushed it off.
Yeah.
Did your Super Bowl winner change after this week?
I still don't know who. I don't know. So let's talk. Not let's talk. But let me say this. I think that all 4 teams in the playoffs right now, still in the NFL, have a chance to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. And like an even chance. I don't think it's like one team has a great chance and then the next. I think it's like 4 teams that are right here. I think the 4 best teams are in the.
I'm higher on San Fran after last week. Watching Brock Purdy play against Dallas, that's a good defense.
Listen,
Micah
it's
Parsons.
so much different than college football.
Oh yeah.
And the 4 teams, you knew who was going to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Any of these 4 teams can win.
I agree with that.
None of those 4 in college. I mean, you knew Georgia was going to win the game.
100%.
Always.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
It's going to be much more.
I don't know, Shane. Ohio State was one missed field goal away from winning that game, and it wasn't that bad. Like that kicker said, every Georgia fan should thank him for their national championship.
He's probably right, but I'm just saying, everybody going in knew that Georgia was going to win.
Right
now, you have no idea. I'm with Tyler. I still have San Francisco winning. All you got to do is cover the tight end. If Kansas City gets there, you cover the tight end. Period.
Yeah.
If Cincinnati,
you don't think every team tries that, Shane?
I agree.
You don't think every single team tries that?
I'm just saying.
I think he had like 20 targets before half last week.
Oh, it was great.
He had so many.
I loved it.
What are you supposed to do in that scenario? Nothing. Like what? Like as an offense though, you're going to get your best players the ball. Right. I don't care. I don't care who's covering him. I don't care why they're covering him. You don't care how many are covering.
Elite option right now.
You know what happens when he catches the ball? They win.
And
I'm throwing him the ball. Like I told you, Justin Jefferson on my team, he gets 20 targets a game.
I'm with it.
That's crazy.
Kelsey literally went 14 of 17.
That's pretty good.
Had 17 targets.
17 targets.
How many yards?
Not great. 98.
Yeah, but
14
two
tutties though.
14 catches, 98 yards, and probably had 7 first downs.
That's
maybe more.
That's facts.
Yeah.
7 first downs and 2 touchdowns. So that's 9 of the 14 catches right there.
There you go.
If you combine the next 3, Tony had 7, Schuster with 2, and Noah Gray with 2.
I said last week I thought Kadarius Toney was going to be a difference maker for that team.
Yeah.
And I think that holds true. I think he's a difference maker.
He's pretty good.
He's
imagine the Giants not being able to work with him.
Oh, dude.
Come on, man.
Dude.
That's your boy.
Saquon.
That's your boy. Brian Daboll.
Yeah, well, that's true. They must have that issue.
We good?
Oh, wait. Real quick.
Okay.
We got to talk about the transfer portal and my boy Billy Napier.
We waited. We buried this an hour and 7 minutes into the show.
This is a largely Florida Gator, Florida State Seminole podcast. So we are burying the lead.
Yeah, how in the world have we not talked about this? We have, from the transfer portal, 4 offensive linemen, I think 3 of them are 6'8", all of them over 350. Okay, and one is 6'5", 300 something, whatever. We are going to be very good on the offensive line next year.
My thing about all of this is
we might win 8 games.
Maybe.
What else are you going to put behind the offensive line?
Graham Mertz.
Listen,
it won't matter. Have you seen us run the ball?
Yeah, we can run the ball, Bradford.
Okay,
just picked up a running back too out of Tulane.
I'm just asking. I'm just wondering what
ETN and the other boy. Yeah,
I'm just wondering what y'all's answers are for a couple things.
Yeah. You know what? If we serious talk, if we get a elite wide receiver. Because Pearsall's already there.
Okay.
But if we get elite wide receiver, we're going to be pretty good.
This year coming up?
This year coming up.
Who's playing quarterback?
9 games.
Graham Mertz.
Graham
Mertz is playing quarterback.
Oh, boy, Patrick Miller.
Who?
What's his name? What's the Miller's name?
Jack
Miller. There we go.
Jack's got as much chance to win the starting quarterback job as me.
So who do you say? A freshman's going to come in and start?
No, the grad transfer from Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. I hope he's well. I hope he does good.
I don't know who Chris is talking about, but he said he had 3 career yards.
He had 3 yards his last year. Look it up. He had over 1,000 before that in his career.
Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, I told him before, I love Chris.
I love Chris too.
I'm
but
so glad.
He was hurt this past year. There was a Florida State fan
that
that doctored that up and was like, "Oh, he had 3 yards in his career. He's going to be great." Yeah. And the year before that, he had 741 and averaged 6.8 yards a carry.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll sit behind our 2 backs.
No, yeah, he'll be the 3rd back.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll still be very good. What about defensively? Have we done anything defensively, Joey?
Y'all picked up someone in the portal tonight, actually. I don't know who it was. As an end or something like that. I seen it on 247 earlier.
What's up now?
3 backers in the portal.
That's really good. I did see we got a backer, so that's really good.
Yeah,
because we are weak in the linebacker.
Yeah, and then I think a couple of the freshmen can come in and play in the secondary, and I think they'll be okay.
I'm telling you, I told you from the get-go, we have a cover corner that is better than anybody we've had in a while. I don't know why he doesn't play, but man for man, I can't even remember his name. Pouncey?
Yeah, it is Pouncey. Ethan Pouncey.
I'm telling you right now, if he doesn't start, the coach doesn't know what he's doing.
Blaze said the Baylor guard is legit. The others, I'm not real sure. Yeah, I'm with that. That's the only one I know for sure is pretty good, Blaze. The rest of them, I'm hoping. The kid from Kentucky, I don't know, maybe.
Clip this segment, Chris says. But Michelle says that you have to have an elite college.
You don't have to have an elite quarterback to win in college.
Stetson Bennett, is that what she's saying?
Oh, I'm not here for that argument.
I'm just going to tell you right
Love
now,
you, Kelsey.
she may or may not be.
Okay. I'm just
We're going
saying.
to lean towards May.
Okay. All right. By the way, I love Stetson Bennett. I think he's a great guy.
Anyways, yeah, I'm good with where Florida's at. Billy Napier told everybody from the beginning. He's well over 400 from UK. Yeah. I think he lost weight, right? I think the kid from Kentucky. I thought he was less than that. I thought he got down because I know he went above 400.
358.
Yeah, I think
I can't see.
Yeah, maybe.
CTE.
Anyways, Billy Napier said from the beginning, be patient, be patient, be patient. We're going to do it. It'll work. You just got to trust me. You got to trust us. Give us time. Blah, blah, blah. You're going to have to flip the roster. Blah, blah, blah. That's what he's doing.
That's another thing I was going to say. Listen, and I know y'all talked about it a little bit, but everybody leaving in the portal, the way I understand it, problem.
Right.
Problem.
Right.
Problem.
Yep.
So it's not them wanting to leave. Hey, I think you might want to head out in the portal. So
I don't know that everybody's like that, but I think a lot of them.
28 people that we lost in the portal,
right?
There's probably 20 of them that says, probably might need to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
That's the way I understand.
If you remember, FSU did a very similar thing. They literally flipped their.
You have to.
Roster.
You have to because you go in there, you know there's going to be a bad apple, and they're going to poison.
Yeah,
and they're going to infiltrate.
Remember, Norvell, his players had tried to have him fired his first year.
Right,
100%.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What does Norvell look like now?
Right,
he looks great.
Yes.
And everyone talks about the culture with Dan Mullen. Not great. There's a lot of guys there that are
not great.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you're going to have a successful team, any team sport you go to, you have to have a positive vibe from everybody on the team. Like, you can't have in any sport, any team, anywhere you go, if you have one bad apple, that one always turns into two. That two turns into four. That four turns into eight. But if you don't let it, now you're screwed.
Right. If you don't let it.
Right. If you nip that in the bud.
Right.
And then you can be successful. But
addition by subtraction, Joseph.
100%, Shane. Addition by subtraction. We good? Everybody good? Anything else?
I think so.
Tyler, Shane, Brad.
I appreciate you guys letting me come in and join and visit and aggravate. But again, congratulations to Chris.
I was saying, Kelsey, Chris,
and Zane.
Glad you guys are doing well.
Yes.
And Mia.
And Mia.
Can't forget Mia.
Yes,
Beautiful little Mia.
Yep.
So, Front Porch loves you, Chris. Kelsey, we're thinking about you. That's going to be it for tonight, guys. It's been Bradford Douglas along with Joey Edge, Shayne Edge, and producer Rolf with Chris in the comments. And we are Front Porch Sitting. See you next time, sitters.